Hello. Is it okay to kill black people? You see, I have to ask you that question because I know Europeans think it's okay, but even black people have become desensitized to the killing, maiming, and utterly destruction of black people, African American people, black Indians, FBA, or whatever you want to call it. And nobody talks about it. But this is something that we need to understand. The same thing that happens here happens in Africa. And we don't support one another because sometimes we are so embarrassed to even be affiliated with Africa, and sometimes Mother Africa doesn't claim her own. Irregardless of whatever happens, we are African people. And if you don't stand with Africa, that's fine too. Be whoever you want to be. But whatever you call yourself does not change the truth. You can put a hit out on Ibrahim Traore, all the way over in Africa. He hasn't did anything wrong, but he just doesn't want to obey France. He doesn't want to obey America. He doesn't want to obey anybody. He wants to take care of his people, like America should be taking care of their people. You see, when I grew up, the people who were entrusted with law and order, they had on the side of their car to protect and serve. You don't see that no more. They'd have gone back to when they first were formed. They were formed because they were supposed to watch the property of rich people. They were supposed to be the slave catcher. Okay? And all the people who owned slaves, who went into Africa and stole their way into running the world, into civilization, into mechanization, into education, thought that it's okay. It's us, the Europeans, we're doing this to them. But how can you rectify, how can you even come to that conclusion when everything that you have was built on the foundation of African people? Now that right there, ooh, that hurts. That's like a body punch, because nobody wants to be from African foundations. But let me tell you something. In my last video, I talked about things being ass backwards. Up is down, down is up. And I said that because of the Nile. People make so much out of Egypt. And they had people go steal Egypt. You understand? I mean, one thing I got to give it to a European is that when he steal, he ain't going for no bubble gum. He going to steal the whole earth. He going to steal the whole continent, city. He going to steal big. The deal is this, though. When they talk about the Nile and they talk about up, they're talking about where the Egyptians came from. See, we act like there was nothing before 1619. We act like there was nothing before the Moors in Spain. We act like there was nothing before the Egyptians. but you had the mother and fathers of the Egyptians in Upper Egypt, they call it Upper Egypt, but we talking about civilizations like Kush and so forth, and other places that were formed before Egypt. And they have tried to destroy all that information. They've taken all of the information, that educational information. They had aeronautics and, astrology, navigating, and all of those things occurred before the first Europeans were even heard of. But in order to put yourself as the god of this earth, or the king, or the queen, or the ruler, president, you cannot rectify that in your mind. You can't even come to that conclusion in your mind that you have come from African roots. So you try to destroy the evidence. You take cannons and blow the noses off of Egyptians. You bury truths. You hide them under the Vatican. And if you think I'm lying, just ask yourself, who did the church use when they were trying to take over all of Africa, and they had blood up to the bridles when they were over there trying to take a country that would not let them take it, and they had to fight so hard, but they did get a piece of it. The Knights Templars fought those Muslims until those Templars and Muslims had to come to some agreement, because at some point in time, you said, let's stop fighting each other, just like the Europeans did, and let's put this to an end, because you just get tired of killing, but not like some people. And you have to be very conscious and cognizant of the fact that some people think it's okay. We were raised, most of us, especially with the hue that I have, we were raised that that's not the way human beings act. Indians, Africans cared less about gold. And so therefore, they'll be the poor people, because somebody built up institutions where gold was king. Money was king. Still is. And so therefore they take, and that's all they go after, money. They don't go after dignity like Ibrahim Traore, Mali, Niger, Senegal, and a host of other nations in Africa, or countries in Africa, the continent, are doing, fighting for their people, saying, no, you can't have our resources anymore. You understand? So now all of a sudden, he has to die? So it's okay to kill black people? And my question is this: if somebody's trying to kill you, do you have the right to try to kill them? I don't care what color they are. And I am not propagating or being like somebody who wants to go kill somebody. I'm just asking a question. What do you do when somebody's trying to kill you? Especially 18 or 19 times. Do you have a right to defend yourself? does the world have a right to let that go on? That is a normal question that nobody wants to answer, because it's black people resources, it's black people caring about each other. And I will tell y'all that I love the brother. I mean, anytime a man in Africa stands up to his colonizers or the people that's trying to take something away from him, I'm 100% in his corner. And you know, that's just a wrap. It's okay when Europeans come together as one. You get two blacks on a corner together, and all of a sudden, people start watching and talking about them like, you know, but you could get 1,000 KKK members, 1,000 neo-Nazis, or whatever the case, and nobody says nothing. They may snap a picture, but nobody's going to call the police, even though it's a likelihood that they may look for somebody black to hurt. Now, most people don't want to hear that. But the truth is in the past, the truth is in the present, and I hope the truth will not be in the future.